live from Captain Dick Smith Field here at Lexington, Virginia. It's time for some Generals baseball. It's the rubber match of a 3-game weekend series between Washington Lee and Penn State Harrisburg. And if you missed out on the doubleheader yesterday, you missed two very exciting games. And it was a tale of two different games on the pitching side. In the first game, both Michael DeLeon and David Vangeliui had solid starts. DeLeon went 5 innings, only allowing 1 run. Vangeliui went 4 innings, only allowing 1 run. It was a back-and-forth game. Penn State Harrisburg had the lead, then the Generals tied it up, and then Harrisburg took the lead again. And then the 7th inning, the Generals scored 3 runs to go ahead, 4-2. And then the top of the 8th, the Lions responded with 5 in that inning, including a 2-run inside-the-park home run from Casey Winters. That put them up, but the Generals had the bases loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. They came out with 2 runs, and with the tying run at third, game-winning run at second, Bryce Burnett struck out swinging to end the ball game. And then the second game, both starters didn't go more than 3 innings. To be fair, Zach Geddes had 5 unearned runs in his outing, no earned runs in 3 innings. Peyton McCann had a rough start, 2 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs. So from there on, it was a bullpen competition, and Tyler Murphy did a fantastic job for the Generals. 6 innings in relief, 2 earned runs, which all came in the 9th inning. At first, it looked like it was going to be a rough game for the Generals after allowing 5 runs in the top of the first, but they scored 4 runs themselves in the bottom half, making it 5-4 after just the first inning. Then they scored 5 unanswered runs, 1 in the third, 4 in the fourth. Bryce Burnett, a 5 RBI performance, including a 2-run triple in that game. In the 9th inning, Harrisburg had their turn with the bases loaded. They scored a couple runs, but Irvelino was able to close out the game in relief of Tyler Murphy, and the Generals came out with the 9-7 win. Washington Lee is 6-6 on the season. Penn State Harrisburg 3-3. I had a chance to talk with Bryce Burnett pre-game about the 5 RBI game, but he also talked about how tough it was for him to strike out with a chance to tie and win the game in Game 1. So here's what Bryce said pre-game about an hour ago.
Bryce, just put into words describing yesterday. I mean, each player has their breakout game, and you had yours.
Yeah, it was just I had a good chance in the first game. Came up with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th. Ended up striking out. So in the second game, it was just great to get some more good opportunities with people on base to be able to help my team out. So
Your line drive was in center field, and you had 2 dunkers in right field. Was your approach just not trying to pull one and taking it towards center or taking it the other way when you had to?
yeah, I've had some trouble pulling off the ball recently, so I've just been trying to work backside a little bit. And luckily, I got a couple pitches I could take that way. So
How did it feel getting that triple?
it was awesome. I haven't had a triple in a long time, so it was a great experience.
Bryce Burnett hitting one to center field that was misread, and it went all the way to the wall as a result, and he got 3 bags because of it. Another story developing is Jason Volpicelli. What a start he's had. The first-year player has a 7-game hitting streak, 13 for 31 in that streak, including 4 hits yesterday. I had a chance to talk with Jason about how he's enjoying Washington Lee and what his approach is every game leading to his very good start.
Jason, before I talk to you about the start of the season, how's it been so far, Washington Lee, for you?
It's been great. The guys have been amazing. School's been a lot of fun. Just feel like I'm getting the most out of my college experience here.
Were you nervous at all when you started your first game here with WNL?
There were a little bit of jitters. I mean, it was opening day. I'm sure everybody had them. But right before I stepped into the box for my first at-bat, it was kind of, just take a deep breath, look at everything out in front of you, and just do what I've been doing for my whole entire life, just play baseball.
Off to a good start, and you're on a bit of a hitting streak right now. What's been your approach like? You're trying to take it to all parts of the field. You're pretty much a contact hitter, right?
Yeah, I'd say my biggest strength is just putting the ball in play and see what happens. Trying to detect pitches early, see pitches in my zone and put a good swing on it and just see what happens from there.
Volpicelli's been seeing the ball pretty well considering he's only struck out a couple times this season. Today, though, it's going to be a battle between a senior starter and a first-year starter. Mark Artley gets the start for Harrisburg. The senior from Milton, Pennsylvania has a start this season, and a good one. 5 innings, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Mason Shuffler is the starter for the Generals. The first-year player from Lafayette, Louisiana, has had 2 appearances, 1 start. It was a rough one, though, against Methodist, where he went 2 2/3, allowing 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. We'll see what happens as it's a battle between two righties in this rubber match between Washington Lee and Penn State Harrisburg. We'll take a break, and we come back. We'll give you the starting lineup and the Generals defense. This is Washington Lee baseball here on First Team Broadcasting. Back here at Lexington, we're just about set to go in this rubber match between the Generals and the Lions. Before that, though, I want to mention that this broadcast of Generals Athletics is brought to you in part by the Washington Lee University Store. Owned and operated by Washington Lee, the university store is located right on campus in Elrod Commons. The store features a wide range of apparel celebrating Washington Lee, including the Peter Millar Collegiate Collection, offering polos and sweaters for your game day style. If you're looking for workout gear, we have a variety of performance apparel from Nike and Under Armour. All proceeds go back to the Washington Lee community, helping to fund athletic, alumni, and student programs. The store is open 7 days a week. Order online anytime at store.wlu.edu. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Lions. Chase Smith leads off from center, Justin Odell in left, Brett Williams in right, Casey Winters DHing, Zach Coronius at first, Miguel Torres at short, Tyler Awe catching, Ryan McSorley at third, and Jackson Struve at second base. On the mound, as I mentioned, is Mason Shuffler, first year 6'6", 195 from Lafayette, Louisiana. Third appearance of the season, second start. He'll be facing off against Chase Smith to start off the game. We'll give you the Generals defense in a moment. At 12:03, the first pitch is a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Penn State Harrisburg 3-3 on the year. The Generals 6-6. 0-1 the count to Mr. Smith. Here's the pitch. Fastball a little bit high. 1-1 count. Smith batting .400 on the season. Shuffler leaning over his left leg, gets the sign from Giordino, the catcher. Fastball, a bouncer to the right side. To his left is Crane. He gobbles it up. Throws the first low. Lowenberg can't handle the short hop. That's the second time in 2 days that Crane has had a routine play at second, and instead it's going to be an error against Austin.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6, Justin Odell.
And each mistake Crane has made has been making low throws to first. And Lowenberg, who's done a good job fielding picks, had a hard time scooping that short hop. So here's Justin Odell now with a runner on first and nobody down. Middle infield now in double play depth. Shuffler turns and throws to first, and back in is Smith. Got Jason Volpicelli at third, Chadwick Feely at short, Austin Crane at second, Zach Lowenberg at first, Matt Whiteley in left, Ryan Munson in center, Roby Smalley in right, Jack Giordino, as I mentioned, catching. A throw to first again, and sliding back in is Smith. The tag very late. Smith is 2 for 3 in stolen bases this season. Justin Odell still waiting for the first pitch. Shuffler now deals. Bunt showing. That hits the batter. Hit him up towards the chest area. So Odell will take his base while going to second is Smith. A very tough start here. Not all Shuffler's fault, obviously. Crane with the error at second. Now he hits Odell with the first pitch. Ryan Bound, the head coach and third base coach, checking on Odell. But Justin says he's fine. Dennis Bailey is the first base coach for Penn State Harrisburg. So 2-1 with nobody down. Here's Brett Williams. Shuffler in a bit of a jam already. First pitch is high and tight. That was close to the batter as well. Williams, a very solid start to the season, a .429 average, 12 for 28, with a home run and 5 RBIs. 1-0 count to him. Upright stance, slightly open. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 count. Williams is trying to drive in all three with that swing. Chasing after the high fastball from Shuffler. It's been a good series so far for Mr. Williams. The right fielder waiting at the plate. Pretty far off the plate. Fastball just a bit outside. 2 balls and a strike. Williams is 4 for 10 in this series against Washington Lee, including a double and 2 RBIs. Smith at second, Odell at first. Just getting started here in the top of the first, nobody down. The 2-1 pitch is popped over my head, foul behind the plate. 2-2. Casey Winters waiting on deck. Volpicelli right behind the third base bag. Middle infield still in double play depth. Lowenberg right behind Odell at first. Outfield playing deep. Bigger gap in right center field. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it's fouled to our right and out of play. Shuffler working hard already. A sizable at bat for Williams. Still 2-2. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball sweeping outside, and the count is full now to Williams. Austin Crane watching Chase Smith at second. Full count. Williams back in the box now. Shuffler looking in, gets the sign from Giardino. A look at second. Both runners go, and the pitch is popped foul behind the plate. It's hard to see when the ball goes up because the sun is directly over the field. Not a cloud in the sky. Temperatures in the 50s. Best part, winds practically calm. 3-2 the count to Brett Williams with 2 on. And once again, Penn State Harrisburg looking to strike first, again the first inning, just like the second game yesterday, where they scored 5. Shuffler steps off, both runners scurry back to their bag. Three and two, both runners go again, and it's fouled again off the screen. So twice both runners have tried to go in a double steal, but the hit and run hasn't worked so far. Third base coach Ryan Bound giving signs out to his base runners and his batter. A very long at-bat here between Brett Williams and Mason Shuffler. So once again, 3-2, and here it comes. Runners hold, it's high, and that's a walk. So an error, a hit batter, and a walk to start this game off.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 19, Casey Winters.
Base is packed with nobody out. Chase Smith at third, Justin Odell at second, Brett Williams at first, and here's Casey Winters, who tied the game up in the first half of a doubleheader yesterday with a 2-run inside the park home run. The big fellow with an open stance, slightly bent. First pitch to him is a curve, called a strike on the inside corner. Winters, the freshman from Roaring Spring, Pennsylvania, waiting at the plate. Fastball a bit low, 1-1. Winters DHing. Here's the 1-1. Check swing, pitch was up high. Appeal to the field umpire, no swing. And a 2-1 count. Casey Winters is 4 for 9 so far in this weekend series. 2-1 delivery on the way is high again, and a 3-1 count. Got nowhere to put him either. Top of the first inning, bases loaded, nobody down for the Lions. Smith reaching on an error by Crane. Odell reaching after being hit by a pitch. Williams reaching on a walk. Zach Coronius waiting on deck. Here's the 3-1. And that one is high. And the Lions get on the board first with a walk. Smith will score. Odell to third, Williams to second. Ted White now is going to come out and have a talk with Mason Shuffler. For the Generals, this is not what they need after falling behind yesterday and having to fight their way back. Bases loaded, nobody down. They're already trailing 1-0. An error, a hit batter, and 2 straight walks to start off this game. Now the home plate umpire is going to come up and break up that meeting. Coronius waiting at the plate. Zach so far batting .348 in the season. This team has a total .326 average as a team. And they get on base just over 40% of the time. They've done so today without the aid of a hit. So Coronius steps in, left-handed hitter. The first baseman has the bases loaded for him with nobody down. Odell, Williams, Winters around the horn. Shuffler now with the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Smalley in right field, a little bit down the line at normal depth. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball a little bit high. A lot of Shuffler's pitches have been missing high, and the count is 1-1. Coronius is 4 for 8 on the weekend against Washington Lee, a double and an RBI. He was 3 for 4 in the second game last night. The 1-1. Fastball misses inside. 2-1. Picelli playing in at third. Lowenberg halfway back at first. Middle infield still in double play depth. Fastball just missed the batter, and the count is 3-1. Coronius has to turn away from that one. Of course, the Generals would not mind the double play, even if that means the runner at third coming in to score. Good count for Coronius. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a foul behind the plate. Full count. Wind slightly blowing towards center and left center. Full count with the bases loaded, nobody down for Zach Coronius. Shuffler now deals the pitch. Line drive down the right field line, headed to the corner, fair ball, headed to the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Williams, he scores. Winters to third, Coronius to second, a 2-run double, and it's 3-0.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1, Miguel Torres.
5 RBIs on the season for Coronius. Second double of the weekend series. So second and third with nobody down. Here's Miguel Torres. Shuffler with the pitch. It's a fastball below the knees. 1-0. Torres from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Junior 5'11", right-handed hitter with a bent stance and slightly open. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball way outside. Giardino has to reach all the way out across his body to backhand it. 2-0 count. Torres batting .217 on the season. 5 RBIs. The Allegheny College of Maryland transfer with a good count for him, 2-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the middle, strike called. Torres is 2 for 8 in this series, including a triple. He hit one deep towards the wall in left center field. That was in the second game of yesterday's doubleheader. Winters at third, Coronius at second with nobody down, top of the first. Here's the 2-1 to Torres. Fly ball right center field. That's hit pretty well. Smalley on his horse going back and to his right makes the running grab. Winters will tag. He will score, and going to third is Coronius, and it's 4-0. First out of the inning,
Number 2, Tyler
but a run
Ogg.
does score. Torres gets the sac fly RBI, his 6th run batted in this season. Now here's Tyler Ogg. Coronius now stands at third with 1 away. So the first 4 batters in the lineup all came around the score. Shufflers pitches a fastball in the dirt, blocked by Giardino. Smith reached on an error. Odell was hit by a pitch. Williams and Winters walked. Winters getting an RBI with the bases loaded walk. Coronius a 2-run double, and then Miguel Torres with a sac fly. So 1 down, runner 90 feet away. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. Tyler didn't quite read that pitch. He ducked thinking that was a fastball coming towards him. 1-1 count. 4-0 already. Similar situation to last night's game. Here's the 1-1. Fastball just a bit off the plate outside. Lowenberg playing in at first and off the bag. Middle infield playing deep straight away. Vopicelli right next to Coronius at third. 2 balls and a strike to the right-handed hitter Ogg. The catcher laying his bat on his back shoulder takes a fastball up and in a 3-1 count. It's the third 3-ball count that Shufflers had to face this inning. The first 2 resulted in walks. Shuffler with a close stance. Deals. Fastball on the outside corner, and now it's a full count. Shuffler standing a bit on the third base side of the rubber. Ball behind his back. Quickly gets a sign from Giardino. 3-2 count. Here it comes. It is high again, and that's a walk. Got one pitcher working out in the bullpen. Now here comes Ted White. With a 4-0 lead for Harrisburg. Second meeting of the inning, so that's going to be it for Mason Shuffler. Every batter in the lineup reached base except for one, and that one batter, Torres, had a sac fly RBI. So we'll take a break. We'll give you a new pitcher for the Generals. Runners on first and third with 1 away. The Lions lead 4-0. here in Lexington,
Now batting
and
for the Lions, the
a
third
rough start
baseman,
already
number
for the
44,
Generals
Ryan
as the
McSorley.
Lions have scored 4 here in the top of the first inning. And now Nate Cohen is on the mound in place of the starter, Mason Shuffler. Coronius at third, Ogg at first. Ryan McSorley is the batter. He's the 8th batter in the lineup. 1 down, he takes a fastball called a strike on the inside corner. Cohen, a left-handed pitcher. First-year player from Atlanta, Georgia. Close stance. In the middle of the rubber, deals a curve, called a strike on the outside corner. McSorley now behind 0-2. Borderline pitch, but Cohen gets the call. So a 2-strike count to the right-handed hitter McSorley. Here it comes. Fastball up, bounces to the shortstop side. Feely has it, throws to second for 1. Crane pumps, and because of that, the relay to first is not in time. And then all of that, Coronius scores, and it's 5-0. Seemed like Crane had a hard time transferring the ball to his bare hand. Threw it in the dirt. Lowenberg was able to pick it, but
Now
it was
batting
late.
The second baseman, number 5, Jackson Struve.
So fielder's choice for McSorley. It's 5-0 now as Coronius crossed the plate. Now here's the number 9 hitter, Jackson Struve. With 2 down, runner on first, a small lead from McSorley. Cohen throws over to first. Struve, the second baseman for the Lions. Right-hander, slightly bent with an open stance. First pitch to him is a fastball low. A ball and no strikes. Now Smalley playing shallow in right field. Whiteley in left, a little bit shallow. Munson straightaway in center field, also a little bit shallow. Vopicelli even with the bag at third, a couple steps wide of it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Hard hit, liner, 1 hop. Tough hop for Crane. He couldn't handle it. Picks it back up, flips to the bag at second. Feely stays on the bag and gets the out by inches. And this inning comes to a close. A 21-minute top of the first inning. 5 runs on just 1 hit for the Lions. 1 error, and they only leave 1. So we head to the bottom of the first. Exact situation as the second game last night. 5-0 Lions. We'll see if the Generals can respond. You know, one of the best things for a road starting pitcher is that when he pitches the bottom of the first with a big buffer, and right now, Mark Artley, the starter for the Lions, has that big buffer. A 5-0 lead. Penn State Harrisburg, 5 runs on just 1 hit with the aid of an error and a couple walks. But like last night, they were up 5-0. The Generals had 4 runs in the bottom half of the first in response. So let's give you the starting lineup for Washington Lee. Jason Vopicelli leads off from third, Ryan Munson in center, Chadwick Feely at short, Zach Lowenberg at first, Bradford Martin DHing, Roby Smalley in right, Jack Giardino catching, Matt Whiteley in left, and Austin Crane at second base.
Leading off for the Generals, the third baseman, number 7, Jason Vopicelli.
We'll give it a defense for the Lions in a moment. Artley, the starter, has 1 start against Eastern Mennonite back on the 24th of February. Got the win in that game, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. The senior from Milton, Pennsylvania delivers a fastball outside the Jason Volpicelli. Outfield straight away and shallow on Mr. Volpicelli. Here's the 1-0. It's a chopper down third, foul ball. On defense for the Lions, you got Ryan McSorley at third, Miguel Torres at short, Jackson Struve at second, Zach Caronis at first, Justin Odell in left, Chase Smith in center, Brett Williams in right, and Tyler Ogg catching. Brandon Cohen, the third base coach, Gavin Colleton, the first base coach. Breaking ball misses low and inside, 2 balls and a strike to Volpicelli. The first-year player batting .348 on the season. The pitch to him, breaking ball inside. Volpicelli jumped back on that one, but the pitch broke its way back just a bit in front of him. 3 balls and a strike. Volpicelli with 6 RBIs in the season. The wind into 3-1 is a bouncer to the left side. Over to his right is Torres. He bobbled it for a second, keeps up with it, throws across the first on the money to get the out.
Now batting the center field.
Torres was juggling that ball a little bit, trying to get a hold of it and make a clean transfer, and he did so. So 1 away, here's Ryan Munson. The left-handed hitter from Frisco, Texas, the sophomore, stepping in now. 1 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the first inning. Artley's first pitch is a fastball wide. A ball and no strikes to Mr. Munson. .239 average in the season for Ryan. Wind blowing a bit towards right field. Fastball again misses wide. 2-0. Munson's had a good series so far, 4 for 9 against Harrisburg this weekend. One of those hits a double. The 2-0. Fastball bounced to the right side this time. A tough hop, but handled nicely by Struve, who throws to first to get the second out.
Now batting the shortstop, number 8, Chadwick Feely.
Looked like that ball might have been knuckling a bit there on Struve, but he kept up with it. So 2 up, 2 down. Here's Chadwick Feely, another hot hitter for the Generals.
Yeah, this one right here goes out to all the babies, mamas.
5-0 Lions here in the bottom of the first. 2 up, 2 down for the Generals. Feely stepping in, .386 average in the season, a homer and 11 RBIs. First pitch is just a bit low and outside. Feely with a .481 on-base percentage. He's also had a very good weekend. The 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball on the inside corner. A ball and a strike to Mr. Feely. Torres, the shortstop, closer to second base compared to Struve, who's pulled a bit towards the right side. Curveball misses low. 2-1. It's a sweeping breaking ball from Artley. Feely with a slightly open stance. That front foot very light. Check swing, called a strike anyway on the inside corner. 2-2. Outfield playing shallow on Feely. Big gap in right center field. The pitch. Breaking ball sweeps outside. Full count now to Chadwick. Feely saying a couple words to the home plate umpire. 3-2 the count to Mr. Feely. Lowenberg waiting on deck if the inning continues. Artley's pitch. It's a bouncer. He got jammed on that one. Third base side, fielded nicely on a hop by McSorley, and he throws out Feely at first. 3 up, 3 down as we complete the first inning. 5-0 Lions as we head to the second. Back here at Lexington, 5-0 Lions as we completed one inning. Just one hit for Harrisburg. They got on also with an error, a hit batter, and 3 walks. Their one hit was a 2-run double by Coronius. The whole lineup went up in the first inning, so here's the leadoff hitter Chase Smith for a second time. He takes a pitch high from Cohen and a 1-0 count. Cohen coming in for the starter Shuffler, who just went a third of an inning, 1 hit, 5 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks. The 1-0. It is over the plate, but just below the knees, and the count is 2-0. 34 pitches thrown by Shuffler in that third of an inning. Cohen had to come in a similar situation against Ferrum. Here's the 2-0. Check swing and an accidental foul behind the plate. It's Smith, Odell, and Williams due up. Top 3 in the lineup. Cohen making his 4th appearance of the season. The 2-1. High fly ball, right center field, hit pretty well, but Smalley has a beat on it, going back into his right, makes the catch. 1 away.
Now batting the left fielder, number 6, Justin Odell.
In the first inning, it took 6 batters to record the first out, so you can say there's progress being made. Here's Justin Odell now with a man down and nobody on. Odell was hit by a pitch. In fact, he was hit by the first pitch thrown by Shuffler. First ball swinging. He hits that one well. High and deep to left field. Whiteley back at the track. It's one hopped and off the wall. Going to second is Odell. He's got a stand-up double. That ball sailing over the head of Whiteley.
Now batting the right fielder,
And
number
Odell
12,
gets an
Brett
extra base hit.
Williams.
So both hits for the Lions have been doubles. Here's Brett Williams now. He walked his first time up. Odell at second with 1 away here in the top of the second. The Lions up 5-0. Cohen's first pitch is a fastball wide of the plate and a 1-0 count. His first extra base hit for Odell this season, 5 hits. The 4 hits prior were all singles. One 0 count to Williams. Here it comes, and it's on the outside corner, called a strike. Even count, 1-1. Cohen against Ferrum in his last appearance, 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 unearned run, a walk and a strikeout. That was a game to forget for the Generals. Ferrum won that one 17-3. 1-1 count to Williams. Runner goes to third. The pitch a strike. The throw to third. A good one. The tag safe. It was a good throw by Giordino. Maybe a little bit high. Volpicelli with the tag. It was a close play, but it's a stolen base for Odell. So now you got another runner at third with 1 away. Odell's first stolen base of the season. Pitch was a called strike, was a fastball on the outside corner. And Cohen steps off. Casey Winters waiting on deck. Here's the 1-2. Hard grounder to third, behind the bag. Volpicelli fields it. Now he's got the runner in a rundown between third and home. He throws to Giordino, who gives it to Feely, and the rundown continues. Feely's going to try and chase him down, applies the tag. Runner's going to second. The throw to second. The tag not in time. Odell is tagged out at home on a 5-2-6 fielder's choice. So 2 away and a runner at second base. A 2-base fielder's choice for Williams. He's now 0 for 1 in the game.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 19, Casey Winters.
tough luck for Odell. He was taking his normal lead at third, but the ball was hit so hard he didn't have enough time. Volpicelli would have beaten back, so Odell tried to cause a rundown and find his way to the plate, but the Generals able to execute it. Now here's Casey Winters with 2 down. Williams stands at second, breaking ball a little bit high and a 1-0 count. Winters a bases loaded walk, so he has an RBI in this game. Infield tugged over to the left a bit. Crane watching Williams at second. A lot of room in the right side of the infield. 1-0 pitch, a wave, and a miss on the breaking ball. 1-1. Cohen taking his time, a couple looks at second. The 1-1 is tipped into the mitt for a strike. 1-2. Smith led off the inning by flying out to right. Odell a double, stole third. Out on a fielder's choice after being caught in a rundown. Williams went to second on that fielder's choice. Now a 1-2 count to Winters. Here it comes. Curveball fouled straight back off the top of the screen. That was headed straight for the back of the bleachers. We'll try it again. Coronius on deck if the inning keeps going. Crane almost right behind second base. Outfield straight away. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Inning comes to a close. No runs on a hit, no errors, and there's 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. Nice job by Cohen to force a scoreless inning. We'll see what the Generals can do. Down 5-0.
First baseman, number 19, Zach Lowenberg.
Back here at Lexington, we're in the bottom half of the second inning. Cohen forcing a scoreless top of the second. The Generals went 3 up, 3 down. Cohen only faced 4 batters in the top half of the inning after the Lions scored 5 in the first inning. It's Lowenberg, Martin, and Smalley up for the Generals here in the bottom half of the second. And here's Zach now. Artley's first pitch is a breaking ball, just missing a bit inside. Lowenberg provided what was thought to be the big hit for the Generals in the first game of a doubleheader, putting Washington Lee ahead with a 2-run double. Fastball misses low, 2-0. It put the Generals up 4-2 in the first game in the 7th inning, but the Lions able to respond quickly with 5 in the 8th. 2-0 delivery is way off the plate, and Artley almost stumbled over on the follow-through. Now he tries to kick the dirt around. 3-0 count to Mr. Lowenberg. Deep breath for Zach. He steps back in the box. Artley into his windup. The 3-0 is taken all the way. It's a fastball for a strike. 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fastball below the knees, and that's a leadoff walk. First base runner for the Generals, and here's
Now
Martin.
batting, the designated hitter, number 22, Bradford Martin.
Artley last season made 9 appearances, 8 of those starts. 6.95 ERA. 2-2 record as well. He had a good sophomore season, a 2.67 ERA. Martin takes a fastball low. Bradford DHing for the Generals today. Couple doubles in the season for Mr. Martin. The first-year player with a slightly open stance, slightly bent, leaning over the plate. Thought about swinging, but holds up on a breaking ball down and away in a 2-0 count. Both doubles came against Ferrum last Wednesday for Martin. Lowenberg a very small lead at first. 2-0 pitch. A mile-high pop-up, foul ground first base side, going over is Coronius, but lands just out of his reach and out of play. 2-1. Martin went 0 for 3 in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. Didn't play in the second game. The whole infield playing no more further back than 2/3 in the dirt as the pitch is low to Martin in a 3-1 count. So 2 batters, 2 3-ball counts for Artley, who had a relatively smooth first inning, forcing 3 groundouts. Lowenberg taking a step or 2 bigger of a lead. The 3-1 is a strike on the inside corner. Full count now to Martin. Martin's got a good bit of room down the left field line. Odell in left field playing shallow. Here's the 3-2, and it's popped out of play, first base side. Chase Smith in center also playing shallow. Now he takes a step or 2 back, just about straight away. Williams in right, also shallow a bit. Full count to Martin, the pitch again. Breaking balls low and outside, and 2 walks to start off the inning.
Now
The first-year
batting,
player showing some good
right fielder,
patience,
number 11,
fouling some pitches
Roby
off and then taking the pitches that aren't even
Smalley.
close. So here's Roby Smalley with 2 on and nobody down. The Lions lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. McSorley at third, playing almost at the edge of the infield grass, also far off the bag. Torres is watching Lowenberg at second. First pitch to the lefty Smalley is taken low. And now time is being called. Ryan Bound, the head coach, is going to come up and have a discussion with Mr. Artley, who so far has allowed 2 straight walks to start off the inning. Of course, the general starter, Mason Shuffler, only lasted 1 out in the first inning, and Artley, after a very smooth first inning, running into some trouble here in the second. Roby Smalley will be waiting at the plate. 5 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Lions. The Generals, no runs, no hits, 1 error. 2 base runners, both on walks this inning. Pretty lengthy discussion, but they break up before the home plate umpire does it himself. So Bound's going to head back in the dugout. Nobody going out towards the bullpen for the Lions, so the right-handed pitcher, Artley, facing the left-handed hitter, Roby Smalley. .273 average in the season for Roby. 3 RBIs. First pitch, or the second pitch I should say, is a fastball low. It's the first pitch since the meeting. And a 2-0 count. Now Smalley getting directions from Ted White in the dugout. Nobody down. Lowenberg at second, Martin at first. A look at second and the pitch. That's a strike. fastball at the knees, 2-1. Coronius at first, right behind the runner Martin. The 2-1 pitch taken all the way, a strike at the knees again. Two good pitches from Artley, and now it's 2-0 to 2-2. A lot of room down the left field line for Mr. Smalley. Breaking ball just a bit low. It's a tough take from Smalley and a full count. So all three batters in this inning so far for the Generals drawing 3-ball counts. Making Artley work here in this frame. Full count. And the pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt. Strike 3.
Now
Got him on the off-speed pitch, and there's one away for Giardino. Giardino that has not had much playing time. The first year from Charlotte, North Carolina is just 1 for 9 this season. Now 1 hit came in the season opener against Averett. Artley stepped off for a moment. Lowenberg at second, Martin at first with 1 away here in the bottom of the second. And extended time is called now. Giardino, the righty, taking a couple of swings outside the box.
Base hit, buddy. That's all we need. Base hit.
Generals have a runner in scoring position, looking for a way to get on the board as a breaking ball catches the corner down and away for a strike. It's a good sweeping breaking ball there from Artley. 0-1 to Giardino. Matt Whiteley waiting on deck. Middle infield in double play depth. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball in the dirt. Now Giardino behind on a 2-strike count. Struve watching Lowenberg at second now instead of Torres. Halfway at third is McSorley. Odell very shallow in left field. Strike 2 delivery is fouled straight back to our right. Pretty long homestand for the Generals, too. A 6-game homestand. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball. Strike 3 called. That caught Giardino off guard.
Now
Borderline pitch, but the call goes in the favor of Artley, and there's 2 away.
Matt Whiteley.
Back-to-back strikeouts by Mark. So after allowing 2 walks, forces Smalley to swing and miss, and then Giardino to watch a curveball. And now here is Matt Whiteley. The first pitch to him, breaking ball. Whiteley didn't read that one. It was called a strike. He turned away thinking that was coming towards him. Artley's got that breaking ball going pretty well so far. The first-year right-handed hitter waiting. The 0-1, chasing a breaking ball in the dirt, and the count is 0-2. Ever since that meeting at the mound, Artley's throwing a whole lot more breaking balls. Whiteley's behind 0-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. So 3 straight strikeouts after allowing 2 walks to lead off the inning. And a couple are left stranded for the Generals. 2 innings complete, 5-0 Lions. We'll be back. back here at Lexington. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon. Pretty nice day for some baseball. 50 minutes into this game so far. The Lions a 5 spot in the first. They lead 5-0. Cohen still pitching. He faced 4 batters in the second inning. He'll be facing off against Correnius, Torres, and Ogg. And here's Correnius. The lefty waiting. The first pitch from Cohen is a fastball below the knees. 1-0 count. Correnius a 2-run double and a run scored in the first. 5-2-0 on the scoreboard for the Lions. 0-0-1 for the Generals. The 1-0 pitch chased the pitch up high and tipped the foul back to the backstop. 1-1 count. .25 ERA for Cohen in 4 innings of total work this season. Breaking ball down and away, and a 2-1 count. Correnius came in with a .348 average, improving that with the double in the first inning. Takes a breaking ball, it doesn't move much, it stays up and in. 3 balls and a strike. Two hits, 3 walks, and a hit batter so far, plus an error on defense. There's been your base runners for the Lions. Next ball swinging, a fly ball hit way up in the air. Center field, Munson dancing around trying to read it. Comes in a bit and makes the catch, and there's 1 away.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1, Miguel Torres.
Here's Miguel Torres, or as the Lions dugout calls him, Miggy. His first time up, a sacrifice fly RBI. 1 down, nobody on. Cohen's first pitch. A high drive to center field. That's hit pretty well. Munson going back, turns around the other shoulder, goes to his left, and makes the catch. Torres got a good piece of it, but it's a valley over there in center field, 400 feet.
Now batting the catcher.
So 2 up, 2 flyouts to center field, and here's Tyler Ogg. Tyler walked his first time up. Tyler came to this game with a .267 average. Couple home runs in the season, 4 RBIs. Cohen with a close stance delivers a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Cohen a bit more towards the first base side of the rubber. Close stance. And here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, a big swing and a miss. 2 strike count now to Mr. Ogg. Volpicelli, bit behind the bag at third, middle infield playing deep right at the lip of the outfield grass. The 0-2. Breaking ball, got him looking on the outside corner. Great inning for Cohen, 3 up, 3 down as we head to the bottom of the third. Nate's doing his job, looking for some help on offense as the Lions lead 5-0.
Austin Crane.
Back here at Lexington, we're in the bottom of the third inning. 5-0 Lions in this rubber match to end the weekend series. Both teams are at 500, so one team looking to get above that magic mark as Austin Crane leads off. Volpicelli and Munson will be coming up behind him. Artley's first pitch is a breaking ball down and away. Taps his chest a couple times saying that was my bad. That ball got by the catcher Og. 1-0 delivery. Fastball called a strike on the inside corner. I think Crane was caught off guard a little bit by that strike call. 1-1 nonetheless. Artley working a quick pace. A swing and a fly ball down the right field line. Over to his left as Williams reaches out. Makes the catch. Flips over the railing towards the bullpen. Gets back onto the field side. Hangs onto it. What a play.
Now
He was
batting
on his horse to his
third
left. Made the
baseman,
catch.
number 7,
Couldn't stop his momentum.
Jason
Ran into the
Volpicelli.
fencing right where the batting cage is behind the Generals bullpen. Almost completely flipped over, but he was able to use his hands and force his way back up to the correct side of the field. So Crane is retired. One down, and we flip over to the top of the lineup. Here's Volpicelli. He grounded out to short back in the first inning. Breaking ball, called a strike on the inside corner. He's really gained the batters with that breaking ball. That's mostly what Artley's been throwing since he had a meeting with Coach Bound last inning. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, rolled over and grounded to the shortstop Torres. He gobbles it up, throws to first, and there's 2 away. Twice Volpicelli's grounded out to short.
Now batting.
Now here's Ryan
The
Munson.
center fielder, number 14, Ryan Munson.
Outfield being told to move towards right field. And they do so, expecting Munson to pull at least on the first couple of pitches. So now you got a lot of room down the left field line. Outfield's also playing shallow. Munson grounded out to second his first time up. Second baseman Struve is tugged over to the right side of the infield. Torres playing closer to the bag than normal. McSorley wide at third. 2 down, nobody on. Fastball called the strike on the inside corner. Only 2 base runners for the Generals, both coming on walks. Here's the 0-1. Off speed on the outside corner. 0-2. Artley faced only 3 batters in the first, faced 5 in the second. After 2 leadoff walks, he struck out the next 3. The 0-2 breaking ball just a bit low. Og tried to frame it, but the count is 1-2. Outfield still moving over towards the right despite the 1-2 count. And here's the pitch. Line drive to short, off the glove of Torres and in the left center field. And that's going to be a hit for Munson with 2 down. The first hit for the Generals today.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 8, Chadwick Feely.
Good job by Munson. Behind the count, taking it the other way. Tough play for Torres. It was hit hard and it was a really, really long reach and just tipped off his glove.
Right here goes out to all the babies, mamas, mamas.
Chadwick Feely now steps in. He grounded out to third back in the first inning. 2 down here at the bottom of the third. Munson at first, 5-0 Lions. From the stretch, Artley delivers. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0 count. Artley delivers to the plate pretty quick. Might be hard for the Generals if they want to try and steal bases, but they haven't been doing it much. The 1-0 pitch, fastball at the knees, called a strike, 1-1 to Feely. Chadwick before today, 8 for 19 during his hitting streak. That's a .421 average. Feely taking his time now behind the box. Takes a practice swing, was checking his bat out. Now takes a deep breath and checks in. Sizable lead at first by Munson, and they throw over there. Munson back in. Generals did have a runner picked off yesterday from first, Burnett. On the other hand, the Lions had a runner picked off at first. 1-1 delivery, breaking ball low, so a couple breaking balls missing and catching some dirt. 2-1 to count. A quick turn and throw to first. It was wide. It forced Karenius off the bag. So the Generals get their first hit, a 2-out single by Munson. Lowenberg on deck waiting if the inning continues as, once again, Artley throws to first. Two balls and a strike. Feely waiting. Now the pitch. Fastball inside. 2-2. Or 3-1, pardon me. Munson so far this season 1 for 1 in the stolen base department. 3-1 delivery. Ground ball towards the whole left side. Torres to his right, backhands it, throws to second off balance, and he gets the out. Nice play by Torres to get the force and to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've completed 3 innings. The Lions lead 5-0. Just over an hour of game time here at Lexington. 3 innings completed, 5-0 Lions so far. All 5 came in the first inning. Cohen, who came in for Shuffler, so far has pitched 2 2/3. Only faced 4 batters in the second, forced a 3-up, 3-down inning in the third. Here's McSorley to lead off. He swings at the first pitch and pops it foul out of play, first base side. McSorley reached on a fielder's choice, also got a run batted in. First RBI on the season for Mr. McSorley. The 0-1 pitch from Cohen. Breaking ball, a chopper over the mound. Cohen tries to field it. It's off his glove. Picks it up with the bare hand. Throws to first. Not in time. Tough play for Cohen. That's going to be a base hit.
Now batting the second baseman, number 5, Jackson Struve.
If Cohen didn't quite bobble that ball, he could have had a chance, but it was a long reach over his head. And if Crane or Feely tried to field that ball behind the mound, they may not have had a chance. So McSorley with a leadoff single, infield single at that. Here's Jackson Struve. Struve, a fielder's choice to end the first inning. Cohen throws to first. Back in is McSorley. McSorley hasn't attempted a stolen base so far. Wind blowing out towards right field. Outfield is straight away and a bit shallow. Now the first pitch, bunt being shown. It's a chopper on the first base side. Cohen picks it up, only plays at first, and he gets the out there. Going to second is McSorley. McSorley made the turn, turned around, and almost ran into Feely, but he makes it back to the bag. There was no play there anyway. So it's a sack bunt for Struve. He stays 0 for 1.
Center fielder number 27, Chase Smith.
Back to the top of the lineup, Chase Smith now for the third time. Reached on an error, came around to score, and then he flied out to right. 0 for 2 on the day. McSorley at second with 1 away. Third time out of 4 innings, the runner's been in scoring position for the Lions. Fastball misses high, 1-0. The Lions have been very aggressive with their base running. They already had 1 runner steal third, and these stolen bases have made a difference. Ball, no strikes, and Mr. Smith. Breaking ball, just a bit low. It was a good pitch by Cohen, just didn't get the call. 2 balls and no strikes. Smith with 6 RBIs in the season, a couple homers. On base percentage of .531. The 2-0. Fastball, and that's just a bit low. Right over the heart of the plate, but below the knees. Now a 3-0 count. Nobody in the bullpen for either team. Time is called now by the batter, as Cohen was taking a long time looking in towards his catcher. Crane watching the runner at second. McSorley. 3-0 count. Taken all the way for a called strike. Bo Picelli playing down the line at third, about a third down inside the dirt. Middle infield still playing deep. Lowenberg on the right side of the infield, wide of first, halfway back. The 3-1 is up and away, and that's a walk. So Cohen being pretty cautious on Smith there. Now here's Justin Odell.
Now batting the left fielder, number 6, Justin Odell.
1 away, 2 on for the Lions. Justin Odell was hit by a pitch and then smacked one to left field. That one hopped off the wall for a double. He also stole third, and then he was out on a rundown. McSorley at second, Smith at first. Cohen's first pitch is a strike with the breaking ball. Odell is now 5 for 11 on the season. Breaking ball on the inside corner, and a 2-strike count now to Odell. Waiting on deck is Brett Williams. Middle infield looking for a double play to end the inning. Top of the 4th, 5-0 Lions. Both runners go. The pitch is bounced down third. Volpicelli gloves it. Only plays at first because both runners were going, and they get the out at first. That hit and run somewhat worked. It prevented a double play, and the inning continues.
Now batting the right fielder, number 12, Brett Williams.
So now Smith stands at second, McSorley at third. Here's Brett Williams. Brett, a walk, a run scored, and a fielder's choice. 2 down, runners on second and third, and the pitch. Grounded down third again. Tough hop. It got past Volpicelli and goes into left field. 1 run scores. Here comes Smith. The throw goes behind short, and 2 runs score, and now it's 7-0.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 19, Casey Winters.
It's going to be a base hit and a 2-run single for Brett Williams. only base runner now at first, and here's Casey Winters. Cohen throws to first. Williams back in standing. Winters, a walk, an RBI because it was with the bases loaded, and he struck out. Cohen again throws to first. So Brett Williams now with 7 RBIs on the season after that 2-run single. No pitches yet to Mr. Winters after 2 throws to first. Now the first pitch, fastball up and away. It's almost like a pitch out, keeping an eye out on Williams at first. Williams 2 for 2 in stolen bases this season. One 0 count, pitch to the plate, breaking ball on the outside corner, called the strike. 1-1 to Mr. Winters. He's the 6th batter up this inning. Cohen, a long look at first, delivers. Inside out swing, it's out of play, popped out to the right side. One-two count as the infield has a shift on Winters. Crane standing almost behind second. A lot of room in the right side of the infield because Lowenberg is holding Williams. The 1-2 pitch, chasing a breaking ball in the dirt, and he missed, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. 2-run score, though. A 2-run single by Brett Williams makes it 7-0 Lions. They get 2 runs on a couple hits, no errors, and they leave 1. We'll be back for the bottom half of the 4th inning here from Lexington. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning here at Lexington. I want to give a shout out to Andy McEnroe, who's producing back in the studio. Thank you as always, Mr. Andy. 2 more runs on the board for Lions in the top half of the 4th. A 2-run single by Brett Williams. They lead 7-0 now, as Zach Lowenberg will be leading off. Mark Artley still pitching for the Lions. Fastball down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Lowenberg a walk his first time up. Made it to second, but was stranded. Here's the 1-0. Fastball at the knees. Lowenberg thought about it, but it's called a strike. 1-1. Lowenberg is 2 for 10 this series. He takes a mighty swing, but misses on the breaking ball. 1-2. Zach 2 for 10 with 3 RBIs in the weekend. Came in with a 304 average as he swings and misses for strike 3.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 22, Bradford Martin.
So 1 away. That is the 4th strikeout thrown by Artley. 3 of those came back in the second. Here's Bradford Martin now. Bradford walked his first time up. Artley's delivery, fastball, bounces straight to the backstop. 1-0 count. Infield spread out a bit. Pretty even if you split the infield in half. All playing halfway back or further. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Pretty decent crowd out here at Lexington. The 1-1 breaking ball right at the knees for a strike. No one's been able to attack on Artley's breaking ball so far. 1-2 count. Artley into his windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Tipped, and I mean tipped, foul back. Could barely hear the clink when it hit the bat. A ball and 2 strikes to Mr. Martin. Smalley waiting on deck. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball, Martin takes outside. 2-2. Odell playing shallow and left. Fastball high and tight. 3-2. And it's tough when even a fastball is thrown inside because you can't tell if that ball is going to break back over the plate or if it's just a straight fastball. The breaking ball has so much movement. 3-2 breaking ball. Got him swinging.
Now batting.
2 up, 2
fielder,
swinging
number
strikeouts.
11, Roby Smalley.
Here's Roby Smalley now. That pitch looks like it's coming inside, but his breaking ball works its way back over the plate at the last second or dips. And that time it dipped and Martin swung over it. Here's Smalley now, who takes the fastball right down the middle for a strike. Crony is hugging the first base line. The 0-1. Fastball down low. Smalley struck out his first time up. 5 strikeouts for Artley. 3 came in the second, 2 so far here in the fourth. The 1-1. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a called strike. 1-2. He's not wasting any time. Here's the 1-2. Fastball, and took quite the hop there on the follow-through. I don't know if he lost his bounce or he just brought the ultimate heat with it. But it's outside. 2-2 now, the count to Smalley. He definitely gave that fastball a little extra oomph on it. And here's the 2-2. Breaking ball. He got him looking. Brought the heat, then breaks one in. And the inning comes to an end.
No errors, none left.
Artley strikes out the side in order. 6 strikeouts in the game. 4 innings complete, and the Lions lead 7-0. Back here at Lexington, we are in the top half of the 5th inning. The Lions put a 5 spot in the first, They added 2 more in the 4th. They lead 7-0. 7 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Generals, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. Artley just struck out the side in order. And now on offense, here's Coronius leading off, taking a breaking ball from Cohen for a called strike. Coronius, 2-run double, and he flied out to center field. Oh, and 1, here it comes. Breaking ball off the dirt, off the padding of Giardino, and it rolls down the third base side, picked up by Torres, who's on deck. Torres and Ogg coming up after Coronius. Left-handed hitter waiting the pitch. Breaking ball. Good read there by Coronius, taking it outside. 2-1. Volpicelli playing in at third, middle infield playing back. Lowenberg halfway at first. Outfield at normal depth. 2-1, a swing and a miss. Cohen had a pretty smooth first 2 innings before facing 6 batters last inning, along a couple runs. Now the 2-2 pitch to Coronius, breaking ball just a bit high and tight. Full count. Giardino now restrapping some of his padding on his left leg. Back into his crouch now. Cohen digs off some dirt, looks in, shakes off a sign, now nods yes, and he's set. Payoff pitch. Fastball, got him looking. 1 away.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1, Miguel Torres.
It's Cohen's 3rd strikeout, 4th strikeout actually. He's now completed 4 full innings. Here's Torres, who takes a breaking ball called a strike on the corner down and in. Cohen's breaking ball is working pretty well for him as well. He's ahead 0-1 on Torres, who has a sac fly and a flyout. Next ball swinging, fouled back to the screen, spooking some people in the stands, like someone to my left earlier who was spooked by an earlier foul ball. 2-strike count. Cohen with the 2-strike pitch. Reached out for, and it's a ground ball in the right field for a base hit. Torres reached out on that breaking ball, just waited on it long enough, and he's rewarded with a single.
Now batting the catcher, number 2, Tyler Ogg.
So 1 away, runner on first, and here's Tyler Ogg. Tyler a walk and a strikeout, getting a sign from the third base coach, Ryan Bound. Torres takes his lead. He does have good speed, being held down by Lowenberg. Of course, Cohen being a lefty might be a little bit harder. We'll see if Cohen throws to first. Nope, he goes straight to the plate, and the pitch is belted down the left field line. It's going to fall in. It's cut off by Wiley. No, it got by him. Torres goes to third. He's going to be sent home, and he will score. 8-0. It's going to be a double, I believe, and an error by Whiteley allowing the runner to score.
Now batting the third baseman, number 44, Ryan McSorley.
So Torres comes all the way around from first to make it 8-0 Lions. Now here's McSorley with all gets second and 1 down here in the top of the 5th. 2 errors for the Generals in this game. Crane watching the runner. Fastball up and away. A ball and no strikes. Big open stance from McSorley. Takes a pitch that just misses outside, 2-0. RBI in the fielder's choice, singled, came around to score. So McSorley's 1 for 2. He scored in the 4th inning. His RBI came back in the 1st. 2 balls and no strikes. Cohen a look at second, now deals and is fouled straight back. 2-1. So that run is unearned. At least for now. We'll see if the line keeps moving here for the Lions offense. 2 balls and 1 strike. Breaking ball ripped up the middle, misses the diving Crane, and it goes into right center field. And here comes Ogg. He will score, and it's 9-0.
Now batting the second baseman, number 5, Jackson Struve.
Crane made a late dive. He wasn't that far away from the ball, but it was a tough play nonetheless because it was a hard hit ball. He dove for it, he missed it, and goes into right center field. And 2 more runs in this inning, and it's a 9-0 game. Now here's Jackson Struve, who swings on the first pitch, and he grounds one to left field, another base hit. Now the offense starting to get a bit of a lead on Cohen. That's 3 straight hits after the first batter struck out. 4 straight hits actually now with Struve's single. McSorley goes to second. Now Giardino's going to come up to the mound and have a talk with Mr. Cohen. These batters have been attacking on the first pitch that Cohen throws. So far, Nate has completed 4 innings of work. 4 runs, they're all earned. Here's Chase Smith now with 2 on and 1 down. The first pitch, it's low, ball 1. So despite the error, the run is still earned because Ogg would have scored, or Torres would have scored anyway on the hit by McSorley. A ball and no strikes. Crane watching the runner at second. The runner goes to third. The pitch a strike. The throw on a bounce to third, not in time. And then going to second on that throw is Struve. McSorley steals third. Struve takes second. The pitch was called a strike, so a 1-1 count. There goes your double play chance, and now 2 in scoring position for the Lions with just 1 away. Smith looking to add some more. 2 runs scored for him. He reached on an error, flied out, and reached on a walk. Cohen's pitch. Fastball at the knees for a strike. There's 1 person working in the Generals bullpen. So far, the Lions bullpen has been bare empty. 2 runs this frame for Penn State Harrisburg. Lowenberg in at first, Volpicelli preparing to come in at third. 1-2, swing and a miss. 2 down, they both come on swings, or a backwards K and a forward K.
Now batting.
Now here's Justin Odell.
6, Justin Odell.
McSorley standing at third now has 2 RBIs in the game. Struve stands at second. 9-0 Lions here in the top of the 5th. Here's Mr. Odell. He was hit by a pitch, scored a run, doubled, and grounded out. First pitch misses a little bit high and outside. Now here's the 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-0 the count now. Odell's double back in the second, hitting one that took a hop and went straight to the wall after sailing over Whiteley's head. And then he stole third later on, then got caught in a rundown. One of the few mistakes made by Penn State Harrisburg. It wasn't really a mistake, it was just tough luck. 2-0 delivery on the way, a ground ball down third. Volpicelli down to one knee, scoops it up, throws to first a little bit low, but Lowenberg, as usual, picks it off the ground, holds on and gets the out. 2 more runs score, though, for the Lions. They get 2 runs on 4 hits, an error, and they leave a couple. We're halfway through this one. It's 9-0, Harrisburg. Halfway through this one here, Lexington, rubber match between the Lions and the Generals, with Penn State Harrisburg leading by a score of 9-0. They scored 5 in the first, 2 in the fourth, and 2 here in the fifth. The Generals don't have much of an answer against Mark Artley, who's done a fine job of work. 6 strikeouts, including striking out the side in order last inning. His other 3 strikeouts came in the second inning after allowing 2 walks beforehand. And it came right after a meeting at the mound. Ever since then, he's been locked in. Jack Giardino leads off and takes a pitch for a strike on the inside corner. Giardino struck out looking back in the second. The 0-1 pitch, a high chopper left side, going to be a tough play. Scooped up by McSorley to throw on the run. A little bit wide, but Coronius holds on to the bag and the ball to get the out.
Now
nice play on both ends.
Left fielder, number 10, Matt Whiteley.
4 of the strikeouts thrown by Artley have been swinging strikeouts, 2 caught looking. Matt Whiteley also a strikeout victim. He struck out swinging back in the second. He's 0 for 1. Artley's delivery, fastball, down and away. Artley's fastball not quite going his way compared to his breaking ball. That fastball is on the inside corner, though, and the count is 1-1. Outfield shallow. Williams and Wright playing closer down the line. Fastball again on the outside corner. 1-2. Maybe I spoke too soon. No breaking balls in this at-bat. He threw one there, though, and he swings and misses. Whiteley does for the strikeout. Gave him 3 consecutive straight fastballs and then delivered the breaking ball to put Whiteley away. Matt is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Here's Austin Crane now. Austin hit a pop fly in foul ground to right field, and a nice catch by Williams as he almost flipped over the railing. Fastball taken for a strike. Crane behind 0-1. Artley still working the quick pace, breaking ball taken down and away. When Mark is locked in, he works very fast, not wasting any time. A ball and a strike. Here it comes. Fastball, check swing, appeal to first, and he did go around. Probably hear from some of the spectators displeased with that call. Crane is behind 1-2. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, couldn't hold the swing. He went around, and just like that, the inning comes to a close. 2 more strikeouts in the frame, 8 total for Artley in just 5 innings, as the Generals once again go 3 up, 3 down. Last 8 retired in a row as we head to the top of the 6th. 5 completed, 9-0 Lions. We've completed 5 innings. The Lions have 9 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They've left a total of 5 on base. The Generals, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, and they've left 3. Kenneth Hartsfeld is now pitching for the Generals. Right-handed pitcher will be facing off against Brett Williams, at the third spot of the lineup. First pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Williams. A walk, a run scored, a fielder's choice, and a 2-run single. Hartsfeld with a close stance on the first base side of the rubber. Breaking ball, and Williams couldn't hold the swing. He went around. He's behind 0-2. One of the few times Williams has been very behind on the count as the fastball is outside, a throwaway pitch, 1-2 count. Williams' hitting streak is now at 11, dating back to last season. He's had 5 hits on the weekend so far. A ball and 2 strikes. Hartsfeld, a deep breath, he throws. Fastball and a towering fly ball, playable on left. Whiteley to his right now comes in and makes the catch. 1 away, and here's Winters.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 19, Casey Winters.
Hartsfeld's making his 5th appearance of the season. As Winters steps in, Winters struck out twice, walked with the bases loaded, so he got an RBI. Hartsfeld's fastball misses up high. 4 appearances, 3 in the 3rd innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, a walk and 2 strikeouts. His last appearance came against Ferrum back on February 28th. The 1-0 is a fastball just a bit too high. 2-0 count. Against Ferrum, he went 2/3 of an inning, only allowing 1 hit. But he's behind here 2-0 against Winters. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That fastball went by Winters. 2-1. Slight shift in the infield. Crane playing closer to second. Feely about 2 or 3 steps over to his right, down the left side of the infield. 2-1 to Winters. The pitch. Fastball high. Winters thought about it but held up. 3-1. Casey's got a lot of room in the right side. Outfield playing straight away. A little bit deeper than normal. 3-1. Hartsfeld's pitch. It is high again. That's a walk. So a man on with a man down. Here's Coronius.
Number 16, Zachary Coronios.
Hartsfeld coming in for Nate Cohen, who went 4 2/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 1, he struck out 5. He had a very good first couple innings, but the last couple he allowed a couple runs each. Lefty Coronius in now. Hartsfeld's first pitch fouled off the boot of Coronius. You could hear it hit his foot. He calls for a time now as he tries to walk it off. Head coach now, Ryan Baum, going to come up and check on Coronius. Meanwhile, Giardino's having a talk with Hartsfeld. We're in the top of the 6th inning, 9-0 Lions. They scored 5 in the first, 2 in the 4th, and in the 5th. Their starter, Mark Artley, throwing a 1-hitter so far through 5, striking out 8. Coronius is okay, though, and Coach Bound heads back to his position as third base coach. Strike 1 count to Zach. 2-run double, fly out, and a strikeout. Hartsfeld's pitch. Fastball tailing away and a little bit low. A ball and a strike. The Generals' homestand will come to an end on Tuesday when they face Southern Virginia as the breaking ball sails outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's not been a successful homestand for the Generals, only winning 1 game so far out of 4. And they're trailing this one by a good amount, 9-0. 2-1 delivery, fastball, a little bit inside. 3-1 the count. Winters does not have a big lead over at first, being held down by Lowenberg. So you got a couple number 19s over there at first. Three and 1. Here's the pitch. A high fly ball, right field. It's playable. Smalley coming in, makes the catch. 2 down. Coronius got jammed a bit on that pitch.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1.
As Miguel Torres steps in. The Lions will be facing Chatham, and that game will be at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And that game is tomorrow. Here's Miguel Torres now with 2 down and a runner on first. A high chopper on the first pitch, and it's fouled outside third. Nice barehanded grab by third base coach Ryan Bound. Torres, a sac fly RBI, a fly out, a single, and a run scored, so he's 1 for 2. Winter standing at first with a very small lead. 0-1, the pitch. Fastball, it's over but below the knees. A ball and a strike. After the Generals have their game against Southern Virginia, the biggest part of the season will be coming up when they start conference play. The 1-1. Chasing a pitch outside, he tipped it foul back, and the count is 1-2. Miguel did something like that last at bat, chasing a pitch outside. It was a breaking ball from Cohen that he slapped in the right field for a single. A ball and 2 strikes to Mr. Torres. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Hartsfeld's delivery. Fastball lined in the center field. Munson over to his left, makes the grab, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 left on. On to the bottom of the 6th we go. The Lions lead 9-0 over the Generals.
baseman, number 7, Jason Volpicelli.
Back here at Captain Dick Smith Field, we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Lions lead 9-0 over the Generals. Hartsfeld facing 4 batters in the top of the 6th, forcing a shutout inning against the Lions. Volpicelli, 2 at-bats, 2 groundouts to short. Artley staying in, 8 strikeouts so far, the first pitch. Fastball outside, and Artley, the last 6 outs, 5 of them have been via the K. Still working the fast pace. The 1-0 is a fastball over the inside corner, 1-1. Only 1 hit for the Generals. That was a Munson 2-out single back in the 3rd inning. Couple walks as well. Breaking ball, called a strike on the corner, down and away. That's a paint job if I've ever seen one, right on that corner. Still got that breaking ball working for him. Here's the 1-2. Fastball, fly ball, shallow right, in is Williams, and to his left, makes the grab. Volpicelli 0 for 3, and here's Ryan Munson.
Number 14, Ryan Munson.
Here's Ryan Munson now. As I mentioned, Munson has the 1 hit for the Generals, also grounded out back in the 1st. So he's 1 for 2. One down, nobody on the bottom of the 6th. Outfield again shifted over towards right field. Artley's first pitch, breaking ball, called a strike. That pitch has so much lateral movement. He's able to work the outside corner on lefties while coming in on righties. So he's hitting the same spot. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, and it tied up Munson. He went around, and now it's no 2 count. That one was down a little bit in. Chadwick Feely waiting on deck. The strike 2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And that's strikeout number 9 for Artley.
The shortstop, number 8, Chadwick Feely.
That meeting on the mound back in the 2nd inning has been the difference maker, it seems, for Artley. Because since then, he's thrown way more breaking balls and the occasional fastball just to throw off the batters. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Chadwick Feely now. Fastball ripped in the left, and it's going to fall, base hit. He attacked on the first pitch. Fastball turned on it, and he gets on and continues his hit streak. It's now up to 6.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 19, Zach Lowenberg.
So both hits for the Generals coming with 2 outs. Here's Zach Lowenberg now. One of the few times that Artley has had to deal from the stretch. The first pitch to Zach is a fastball over but low. Zach a walk and a strikeout. Takes a deep breath and checks back in the box. Artley a long look from the stretch. Off-speed pitch at the knees for a called strike. 1-1 count to Mr. Lowenberg. Feely, who does have some speed, has a average lead at first. Breaking ball kicks off some dirt, 2-1. It's a 9-0 lead for the Lions. Feely at first after a 2-out single, 2 balls and a strike to Lowenberg. Fastball swing and a miss. That pitch came in on Lowenberg. Now a 2-2 count. High set for Artley. He's ready. The 2-2 breaking ball, swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts in the game for Art Lee in just 6 innings. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for Generals. After 6 innings, it's 9-0 Harrisburg.
Leading off the top of the 7th for the Lions, the catcher, number 2, Tyler Ogg.
Back here at Lexington, 6 innings completed, 9-0 Lions. They've had 9 runs on 8 hits, no errors. The Generals, no runs, a couple hits, and a couple errors. 1 error by Crane at second, the other by Whiteley in left field. Tyler Ogg, Ryan McSorley, and Jackson Struve, the bottom of the lineup, due up for the Lions. Hartsfeld pitched a clean first inning besides a walk. He deals the first pitch. It's a fastball high and tight. Most of Hartsfeld pitches missing up high so far. Outfield straightaway at normal depth. Middle infield playing deep. Volpicelli in at third. Lowenberg 2/3 back at first. The 1-0 called a strike on the inside corner. 1-1 count. Tyler Ogg, a walk, a strikeout, and a double. A ball and a strike. Ogg also came around to score. Big swing. He tapped it foul. I think that might have hit the umpire's mask. 1-2 the count. Umpire's all right. Hartsfeld is the 3rd pitcher for the Generals today. Art Lee's been the only pitcher. The starter has thrown 10 strikeouts in 6 innings for the Lions. Hartsfeld with the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, low and away. A lot of downward movement, but the count is 2-2. Very close stance back almost towards the catcher. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball that stayed up high. Now full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball bounced foul off the plate. So we'll try it again. It's the 3rd game and the final game of the weekend series. The Lions won game 1 7-6. The Generals won game 2 9-7. Both teams had a 9th inning charge come up short. The only charge so far today has been the Lions, scoring 9 runs. Fastball outside, and that's a walk.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 44, Ryan McSorley.
Ryan McSorley steps in now. Fielder's choice RBI in the 1st, a single in the 4th, came all the way around the score, had an RBI single in the 5th as well. So a 2 RBI game for Mr. McSorley. Tyler Ogg at first after a leadoff walk here in the top of the 7th. Hartsfeld with the pitch. Fastball in the dirt, and it goes straight to the backstop. Ogg is going to go to second because of it, and that's a wild pitch for Hartsfeld. Nobody in the bullpen for the Generals. Got one warming up in the Lions bullpen. 1-0 count. McSorley waiting at the plate. He's ready. Hartsfeld's pitch. Called a strike on the corner, down and in. A ball and a strike to Mr. McSorley. A look at second from Hartsfeld, the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball on the outside corner. So McSorley behind 1-2. Waiting on deck is Jackson Struve. 1-2 to the third baseman. And the pitch. Fastball is low and away. McSorley tracking that ball all the way down, almost to a crouch. 2-2 the count as the wind now is blowing in. Hartsfeld gets his sign. Crane staying close to the bag, faking a pickoff play. Breaking ball, got him looking. One down, and here's Struve at the bottom of the lineup. First strikeout thrown by Hartsfeld. So all gets second now with one away. Struve looking towards third where Coach Bound is giving a sign. Struve, a sac bunt, a fielder's choice, and a single. He also stole a base. Hartsfeld's delivery on the way. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line shallow. So a long run for Smalley to his left. Diving. Can't make the catch, but it's a foul ball anyways. Good effort by Smalley. He was on a dead sprint over there, but it was just out of his reach as it kept slicing away from him. Oh, and 1 the count to Mr. Struve. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball low. Hartsfeld's curveball has 12-6 movement. It has a good amount of movement. So far, his curves have either missed too low or too high. Any strikes in the curveball have usually been on the upper half of the zone. 1-1 to Struve. Hartsfeld's delivery. A high chopper, 1 hop to third. Volpicelli has it, holds the runner, has to pump it to first. Lowenberg gets the out, and to be honest, it looked like he had his foot off the bag. But they get the out anyway. Dennis Bailey, the first base coach, is arguing, saying that Lowenberg's foot was off the bag, and to be honest, it looked like it was. Now here comes Ryan Bound, the third base coach and head coach. Having a quick chat with the umpire. He wants the 2 umps to discuss it. Now I imagine the home plate umpire does have an angle on that play at first, because usually the catcher is backing up the play and the call stands. So to ground out to third, Struve is retired, and now we flip over to the top of the lineup. Here's Chase Smith. But I was about to mention, so far in the 3 games played, 10 stolen bases for the Lions. 6 came in the first game yesterday. 1 yesterday. Oh, Hartsfeld turns to second. Little hesitation move. Forcing back to the bag. Ogg. Smith reached on an error, came around to score, flied out, walked, came around to score, and struck out. 2 down, runner on second, breaking ball again just a bit low. And a 1-0 count. So Smith is 0 for 3 today with 2 runs scored. Now it's Feely watching Ogg at second. Hartsfeld set now with the 1-0. Fastball in there. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball on the upper half of the zone. 1-2 now the count to Mr. Smith. Waiting on deck if the inning continues is Odell. 9-0 here in the top of the 7th. 2 down with a run on second and a 1-2 count to Smith. Hartsfeld's pitch, breaking ball, called strike 3. Smith did not agree with the call. He has struck out his last 2 at-bats, but the side is retired. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 left on base. 7th inning stretch time as the Lions lead it by a score of 9-0. Hope you enjoyed your 7th inning stretch. We're in the bottom half of the inning. The Lions lead 9-0 over the Generals. And a new pitcher now up as Mark Artley is done for the day. Brendan Riado steps in for the 2nd time in the series. Artley doing a fine job. 6 innings, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts, and a couple walks. So Martin leads off. The right-handed pitcher with a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Martin a walk and a strikeout so far. 0-1 delivery, fastball. This one's too far inside though. A ball and a strike. Rialdo pitched in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. A third of an inning, a hit, an earned run, and a walk. 1-1 delivery is foul out of play behind the plate. Rialdo got the win in that game, a 1-1 record. His first appearance was a start in which he got the loss. A ball and 2 strikes to Martin. Fastball down and away. That went straight to the backstop. Rialdo in his 1 start just went an inning and a third, 6 hits, 6 earned runs. 2-2 the count though as he delivers. Strike 3 called with the fastball. Caught the outside corner.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 11, Roby Smalley.
2nd time Martin has struck out. Here's Roby Smalley now as the infield all moves over towards the right side. So Rialdo, an inning and 2/3, so the ERA doesn't really matter, but he would like to improve upon the 37.8 mark he has. First pitch to Roby Smalley is a curve for a strike. Straight 12-6 movement. Smalley 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts, once looking, once swinging. The wind in the 0-1. Fly ball down the left field line. This could be playable. Long run for McSorley and Odell, but it falls in foul territory. Now Smalley behind on a 2-strike count. Smalley so far in this series is 3 for 8 with 3 walks. If you include today, 3 for 10 with 3 walks. Strike 2 delivery is down and in. Ogg won that pitch on the outside corner. He had to jump all the way across the plate and scoop that pitch. A ball and 2 strikes. Infield playing a bit to pull on the right side of the infield. Odell on left, very shallow and off the line. Jack Giordino waiting on deck. 9-0 Lions here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 down, nobody on. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive towards Torres, who reaches out to make the catch.
Now batting, the catcher, number 12, Jack Giordino.
2 away, and here's Jack Giordino. Giordino is 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out. Glove in front of the face of Riado. Time is called as he was just about to start his windup. Only 2 hits for the Generals so far, one by Munson and the other one by Feely, both with 2 outs. First pitch to Giordino, fastball with some 2-seam movement on it, catches the inside corner. Pinch hitter waiting on deck. That's Matthew Jones if the inning continues. Next pitch on the outside corner for a strike. So Giordino behind on 2 consecutive called strikes. Now the 0-2. Breaking ball down in the dirt. 1-2. Riado's also working at a very quick pace. Not quite as fast as Artley, but still relatively quick. Fastball! Strike 3 called at the knees. 3 up, 3 down. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Riado. As we've completed 7 innings, the Lions lead 9-0. Back here at Lexington, we've completed 7 innings. It's 9-0 Lions. 9 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Lions. The Generals, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. Paul Divin now is at third. Volpicelli moves over to short. Feely is done for today. Here's Justin Odell leading off the inning. He takes a fastball from Hartsfeld that just misses low. Odell, hit by a pitch, came around to score, doubled, stole a base, grounded out twice to third after that. Put it simple, he's 1 for 3. The 1-0 pitch on the way is a little bit high. 2-0. Now Hartsfeld's been getting those high pitches to go his way. A couple called strikes on those high curveballs. The 2-0 pitch is a little bit too high. Similar spot to where his curveball landed, and those were called for strikes. Very close stance, the 3-0 pitch, down the middle for a strike. 5 runs in the first by the Lions, then they scored 2 in the fourth and 2 in the fifth. Hartsfeld looking to complete his 3rd inning of work. The 3-1 pitch, fouled straight over my head. Full count. So full count, a lot of full counts so far for Generals pitching. The pitch, and it's popped up in the air. That's behind the play, over the roof. And we'll try it again. Odell, Williams, and Winters up this inning. And here's the 3-2 again. Strike 3 called. Odell tossed the bat thinking it was ball 4, but he's rung up.
Now batting the right fielder, number 12, Brett Williams.
3rd strikeout for Hartsfeld. He threw 2 last inning. All of his strikeouts backwards Ks. He caught all of them looking. This one was with a fastball, though. The other 2 strikeouts, he caught the batter looking with a curve, a high curve. Here's Brett Williams now with 1 down, nobody on. Curveball, called a strike, on the corner, down and away. A walk-a run scored, a fielder's choice, a 2-run single, and a flyout. Williams so far today, 1 for 3. Now an 11-game hitting streak for Mr. Williams. Here's the 0-1. Curveball, this one's in the dirt, a ball and a strike. 1 person in the bullpen for the Generals. There's 1 warming up in the Lions pen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hartsfeld looking in, and he throws. Curve at the knees. Now he's getting that curve on the bottom half of the zone. 1-2. Mason Shuffler was the starter for the Generals. Only made it 1 out after allowing 5 runs, 3 of those earned. The 1-2 just misses low. 2-2. After that, Nate Cohen came in. Solid first couple innings, then he allowed 4 earned runs in the next couple innings of work. Since then, it's been Hartsfeld. Here's the 2-2. Chased and missed for strike 3. Williams waving at that curveball way out in front. 2 away. Here's Scott Angstad Jr. now.
Pinch hitting for the Lions, number 4, Scott Angstad Jr.
Angstad Jr. coming in place of Casey Winters in the DH spot. Scotta Jr. from Jarrettsville, Maryland, 5'11". 2 down, nobody on for him. Here's the pitch from Hartsfeld. Fastball tailing away, and a ball, no strikes. One for 11 on the season is Angstad Jr. It's an .091 average. Check swing, but he did go around. 1-1. Angstad Jr. also has an RBI. He's stolen 1 base in 1 attempt. Next pitch, right on the outside corner. 1-2 is a good pitch from Hartsfeld. Generals as a team, 18 for 21 stolen bases. The 1-2. It's a bouncing ball right side. Crane coming in on 2 hops, scoops it up, throws on the run to first, in the dirt again, and it goes by Lowenberg. That's the second time Crane has done that, and Angstad Jr. goes to second as a result. That's going to be the second error on Crane today. He did that in the beginning of the game on the first batter, Chase Smith.
Now batting the first baseman, number 16, Zachary Coronios.
So 3 errors for the Generals today. Here's Zach Coronios. Zach, a 2-run double, a run scored, a flyout, a strikeout, and a flyout, so he's 1 for 4. Hartsfeld's first pitch is a curve and therefore a strike. Hartsfeld's getting a good hold in that curveball now in this inning. Keeping it down. Volpicelli, the new shortstop, watching the runner at second, Angstad Jr. A look at second, another look, and Hartsfeld steps off. Slight correction, stolen base department, 18 for 22 for the Lions this season. Struve was caught yesterday in the second game. Breaking ball, a chopper over the mound, up the middle, gets through into center field for a base hit. Angstad will come around and score, and that'll make it 10-0. The run unearned because of the error.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1, Miguel Torres.
Coronius has a 3 RBI game now. Here's Miguel Torres now. Coach Bound said hold up, so we'll see what the hold up is. Might have a pinch hitter coming up on deck. The first pitch misses down and away to Torres, 1-0 count. Sac fly, fly out, single or run scored, and a line out for Torres. 1 for 3 today. 10-0 here in the top of the 8th. Hartsfeld's 1-0 pitch. Curveball hit up in the air down the right field line. Long run for Smalley, and it falls fair. It's a fair ball in the corner. On the run now, and coming around third and scoring is Coronius as the ball is bobbled by Giardino at the plate. It's a triple for Torres. And it's 11-0. Now you got Ryan Kennington up to pinch hit.
Hitting for the Lions, number 30, Ryan Kennington.
Two runs in this inning, and that error is the difference with those 2 runs. Kennington, the freshman from Gaithersburg, Maryland, Northwest High School. He's got Torres standing at third after he just hit for a RBI triple. First ball swinging, a chopper up the middle. Crane coming in, takes it an extra hop, a high throw. It wasn't in time anyway, probably. And Torres scores to make it 12-0. And you can't help but feel for Hartsfeld. He's not allowing a hard hit ball. Yet 3 runs have scored in this inning.
Third baseman, number 44, Ryan McSorley.
So Torres crosses the plate. Kennington, the freshman, gets the RBI. Kennington is now 2 for 2 on the season with 2 RBIs. Here's Ryan McSorley, who swings in the first pitch and fouls it off to the right. Strike 1 count to him. So far, an RBI and a fielder's choice, a single, a run scored, an RBI single, and a strikeout. 2 for 4 today. Oh and 1. Hartsfeld delivers. on the inside corner with the fastball. Strike 2 count. There was a pinch hitter on deck. Now Bound withdraws that pinch hitter for now. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball down and in right in front of the boot of McSorley. A 1-2 count. It's Austin Baker on deck now in the pinch hitter role if the inning continues. Curveball, and that just misses outside. 2-2. It was in that same high part of the zone, but this one was off the plate. Kennington at first taking his lead, being held down by Lowenberg. The 2-2. Fastball just misses low. Full count. And because of all the errors, or because of the error coming in the second out, and it could have been the third out, all the runs that have scored have been unearned. Payoff pitch, runner will be going. And here it comes. Check swing, called strike 3 anyways. Hartsfeld struck out 3 batters this inning.
Top of the 8th.
But 3 runs also came in to score. They get 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. On to the bottom of the 8th we go. It's 12-0 Lions. We're in the bottom of the 8th, and literally every position has changed except for one. So we're getting to the top of that right now. As we're in the bottom half of the 8th, it's 12-0. 3 runs in the top of the 8th by the Lions. Even the umpire is trying to get a hold of all the substitutions. This is what we have so far. TJ Mullally at third. You got Ryan McSorley moved over to short. Alex Klein's at second. Austin Baker's at first. Matt Taylor in left. Justin Odell moves to center. Ryan Kennington in right. And Tyler Smink is catching now. You got all that down? Matthew Jones, oh, by the way, is pinch hitting. Three runs scored in the top of the 8th. 3 unearned runs because the error by Austin Crane, and the umpire now getting a hold of all the substitutions. He has to point at every single position on the field except for the pitcher. Now Matthew Jones having a talk with the umpire. So the only players that actually stayed in were Odell and McSorley. They just moved. Riata also stayed in as a pitcher. He pitched last inning, getting 2 strikeouts in the 7th, also forcing a line out. So after all of the changes we've had, here is Matthew Jones coming in for Matt Whiteley. First at-bat of the day. takes a fastball high and tight from Riado. 1-0 count. Jones, an .083 average, takes a strike. A ball and a strike. 1 for 12 on the season. That one hit was a double. Austin Crane waiting on deck, and then it's the top of the lineup. Here's the 1-1. Hard liner right to McSorley, who makes the catch. That's 2 hard liners right to short in the last 2 innings.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 3, Austin Crane.
Here's Austin Crane now, who's popped out in foul ground to right and struck out. On that foul out to right, an amazing play by Williams. Curveball from Riado is in the dirt. And Volpicelli is on deck. 0 for 2 for Crane. 1-0 count and the pitch. Fastball a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Riado only the second pitcher of the game for the Lions after Mark Artley pitched 6 very solid innings with 10 strikeouts. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-1. Again, you got TJ Mullally at third, Ryan McSorley at short, Alex Klein at second, Austin Baker at first, Matt Taylor in left, Justin Odell in center, Ryan Kennington in right, Tyler Smink catching behind the plate as the fastball is in there for a strike. And the count is 2-2 to Austin Crane. Only 2 hits for the Generals in this game. 2-2, and that hits Crane on the front shoulder. So he'll take his base.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 7, Jason Volpicelli.
So here's Jason Volpicelli, hitting streak on the line. Crane at first with 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. First base runner Riado has allowed. From the stretch, fastball outside. 1 pitcher working out in the bullpen for the Lions. Got 1 in the Generals' pen. Hartsfeld has pitched 3 innings so far. Fastball on the outside corner called a strike, 1-1. Volpicelli bent and open stance, breaking ball taken at the knees for a strike, 1-2. Now McSorley at short, moving over to the left of the infield a bit. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Fastball tipped foul back. Off the end of the bat, Volpicelli stays alive. Here's the 1-2. Fastball just misses outside. Didn't miss by much. 2-2. Munson waiting on deck. From the stretch, a high set. The 2-2 is low. Looked like a close pitch, but Smink, who's upset himself, pounding his glove, dropped the ball, and that might have been the difference in the call. So a full count of Volpicelli. And the pitch. Outside, that's a walk. Crane moves to second, and now here's Munson.
Fielder, number 14, Ryan Munson.
So Crane at second. He was hit by a pitch, advanced on Volpicelli's walk. Now here's Ryan Munson, who has grounded out, singled, and struck out. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch on the way is a fastball for a strike. Paul Divin on deck, waiting to make his first plate appearance of the game, barring a double play. 0-1 delivery. Fly ball, a high fly ball, left center field. Odell to his right makes the catch. 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 18, Paul Divin.
So here's Paul Divin now to bat. Divin 2 for 20 on the season. It's a 100 average, including a double. 2 down, 2 on here in the bottom of the 8th. The first pitch, breaking ball, low and outside. It's 12-0 Lions, 5 in the first, 2 in the 4th and 5th. They scored 3 in the top half of this inning as well. 12 runs on 11 hits. 1-0 to Divin. Fastball taken for a strike. Divin had a hit yesterday in the second game of the doubleheader against Harrisburg. Also a walk. Next pitch on the way on the outside corner, and Divin's behind 1-2. Divin scored 3 runs yesterday. He got on with a hit, a walk, and he was also hit by a pitch. Crane at second, Volpicelli first. 1-2 count, 2 down. Riado's pitch. Fastball. Ooh, that just missed a bit low. What a take by Divin. 2-2. Some in the crowd disagreeing. Got a good amount of Harrisburg fans in the stands. All over to my left where the dugout is. The 2-2. Curve. Swung on and missed. And the inning comes to an end. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. We head to the top of the 9th inning with the Lions leading 12-0. Back here at Lexington, Matt Taylor will be pinch hitting now in the number 9 spot for Jackson Struve. Left-handed hitter facing against the new pitcher, Brian Morgan, the right-handed pitcher, coming in for Kenneth Hartsfeld. Morgan's first pitch is a fastball called a strike. Taylor is just 0 for 2 on the season. He's only made 6 appearances. Couple runs scored. 0-1 delivery, a flare in the left center field that's going to find some grass for a base hit. And there's his first hit of the season.
Now batting number 3, Alex Klein.
So here's Alex Klein now in the leadoff spot. Remember, every position changed on defense except for the pitcher, so there's a lot of shuffling going on in the lineup. Alex Klein is in the leadoff spot on the lineup. So Morgan, allowing the leadoff single, deals a fastball called a strike on that upper half of the zone. Morgan kind of quickened up at the pace from the stretch. Curve, a strike on the outside corner. Third appearance in the season for Morgan, an inning and 2/3, 2 earned runs. The 0-2, fastball high. Taylor bluffed stealing the bag, which, I mean, you don't really see people trying to steal in a 12-0 game, so you wouldn't expect it. 1-2, and that hits Klein. Doesn't matter anyway with Taylor. He gets to go to second. Now this is Chris Ioka.
Pinch hitting number 8, Chris Ioka.
So Ioka comes in now. Ioka, the senior from North Brunswick, New Jersey. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Taylor at second after a single. Klein hit by a pitch and now stands at first. Morgan's delivery is high. Ioka drew a walk yesterday in the first game, or the second game of the doubleheader. Next pitch barely misses outside. 2-0. In the first game, he got on base and scored a run. Or he got a run batted in. 2-0 delivery, a line drive in the center field, and that's going to drop in for another base hit. Taylor will be held at third, and the bases are loaded now with nobody down.
Now batting the catcher, number 32, Tyler Smink.
Actually, Ioka had a sac fly in that first game, getting the RBI, and then he got on base in the second game. And he gets on here with a single, so now here's Tyler Smink, the catcher, who takes a fastball high and tight. Taylor, Klein, Ioka around the horn for the Lions. Fastball, a strike. 1-1 the count. Smink is 0 for 1 this season. He's just appeared in 3 games. Now in his 4th appearance. Here's the 1-1. Fastball a little bit high. 2-1. Morgan is the 4th pitcher for the Generals today. In a lot of trouble now here just coming in this inning. The 2-1 is a strike over the plate, practically right down the middle. 2-2. He came in for Hartsfeld, who pitched 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 unearned runs, walked 2, struck out 5. 2-2 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 away.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 4, Scott Angstad Jr.
Here's Scott Angstad Jr. He came in as a pinch hitter in the DH role last inning, reaching on a 2-base error by Austin Crane. Came around to score as well. So bases packed with 1 away. Again, Taylor at third, Klein at second, Ioka at first. Left-handed hitter waiting at the plate. Morgan's first pitch. A high fly ball, shallow center behind second. Crane having a tough time reading it. He falls over and it falls in for a hit. Taylor will score, and now it's 13-0. tough play for Crane. That ball was sailing over his head and it just kept on going, but he was stumbling his whole way down as well. So the line moves one base forward, and here is another pinch hitter. One down with the bases loaded. Fastball outside to Baker. Baker also making his first appearance of the game, playing at first base. The pitch. Popped foul out of play to the left. Now you got Klein at third, Ioka at second, Angstad Jr. at first. 1-1 count to Taylor, the lefty, the pitch. Fastball called a strike at the knees. Austin Baker, pardon me, from Shillington, Pennsylvania. The 1-2. The breaking ball in the dirt. 2-2. Baker on the season is 1 for 4. That one hit was a double. Also has 2 RBIs. Two and 2 the count. The pitch. In the dirt. Giardino somehow blocked it. In a full count now, with nowhere to put him. Baker went 0 for 1 yesterday in a pinch hitter role. Full count with the bases packed. Morgan delivers. Check swing, strike 3 called anyways. 2 down. Here's TJ now.
Now batting number 26, TJ Malele.
Malele from Virginia Beach, Virginia, has the bases loaded with 2 down, and his team up 13-0. Morgan's fastball misses up high. Next pitch, again, fastball up high. It's going to be the first plate appearance for Malele this season. Sophomore, 6'0". He's got Klein at third, Ioka at second, Angstad Jr. at first. The 2-0. Foul straight back towards me. There's a screen in the way. 2-1. Had a ball fouled back into the press box before. It's not a fun time. I can tell you that. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Morgan's 1 strike away from getting out of this jam with just 1 run. Two balls and 2 strikes to Mr. TJ. Morgan from the belt. Reached out for and popped out of play first base side. So TJ stays alive after reaching out for that breaking ball. Ryan Kennington waiting on deck if the inning continues. And Kennington has an RBI himself. 7th batter up in this inning. The 2-2 again. Strike 3 called at the knees. Back-to-back strikeouts. In fact, all 3 outs came via the K for Brian Morgan. Another run on the board, though. An RBI single by Angstad Jr. We head to the bottom of the 9th with the Lions now leading 13-0. Bottom half of the 9th inning, 13-0 Lions. If I give you a scoring recap, we'll be here all day. Zach Lowenberg will be leading off for the Generals. Pinch hitter Christian Kim is on deck. New pitcher as well. Left-handed pitcher Brad Richards delivers a fastball outside. He comes in for Riato. Richards from Pennsylvania, freshman. 1-0 pitch, a high drive to right field and hit deep down the right field line. Long run for Kennington. It is gone. Well, the Generals get on the board here in the bottom of the 9th. Lowenberg gets his first homer of the season, first career home run with Washington and Lee. Right down the right field line. Now here's Christian Kim. Kim in the DH role for Bradford Martin. By the way, Josh Brubaker's in left. Matt Taylor moves over to center. Richards' first pitch is high. 1-0 count. And the pitch. Popped foul over our heads. One and one the count. Kim has made a couple appearances so far this season as he fouls one down off the plate. Only one at bat, he's 0 for 1. His 4th appearance, he's come in as a pinch runner as well. 1-2 the count, Roby Smalley waiting on deck. Generals on the board with a Lowenberg homer down the right field line. A ball and 2 strikes, Richards deals. Kim waits on it and fouls it off to the right side out of play. This is Richards' first appearance on the season. The 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Richards at Lakeland High School went 6 for 1 his senior year, or 6-1, with a 1.30 ERA. Breaking ball, grounded towards the right side. Klein to his right, gloves it, and throws came out. 1 away.
Now batting.
In his career at high school, Richards had an 18-4 record with a 1.97 ERA. 1 down with nobody on. Here's Roby Smalley. Richards coming in for Riato, who went 2 innings, no hits, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. First pitch to Smalley, check swing, appealed the first, no swing. 1-0 count. Smalley, 2 strikeouts and a line out to short. Infield slightly tucked over towards the right. Outfield the same. 1-0 delivery, big swing and a miss. 1-1 count. Lowenberg now has 14 RBIs on the season with that solo home run. Here's the 1-1 from Richards. Breaking ball inside. Richards with that sidearm delivery. Now a 2-1 count. Approaching 3 hours of game time. Here's the 2-1. Fisted foul back behind the plate, 2-2. Giardino waiting on deck, goes over to get the ball behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch. A high chopper off the plate down the first base line, rolling foul. Baker, the first baseman, let that ball roll foul, so Smalley has to try again. Brian Morgan pitched for the Generals in the top half of the 9th. 1 inning, 3 hits, an earned run. Struck out 3. Every Generals pitcher has an earned run to their resume, except for Hartsfeld. The 3 runs were unearned when Hartsfeld was pitching. Breaking pitch sweeps outside and in the dirt. Full count now to Smalley. One down, nobody on here in the bottom of the 9th. Full count to Mr. Smalley. Richards with the pitch. A chopper again down the first base line. This time it's rolling and it's foul again. Looked like it might have stayed fair, but on the next bounce, it kept going towards the foul territory. So Smalley's had to hustle his way down first, and both times has to trek back to the plate. Catcher Smink hands the bat over to Smalley. A lengthy at bat, 3-2. Richards set, he throws. Ground ball, shortstop side. This time it's going to be picked up by McSorley, and he throws Smalley out. 2 down.
Now batting the catcher, number 12, Jack Giardino. Get down, get down.
Here's Jack Giardino now. 2 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the 9th. 2 strikeouts and a ground out for Giardino so far. Richards looking to close this game out. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Richards breaking ball, a sweeping breaking ball, kind of like Artley's earlier in the game. The 0-1. Ground ball down third, a couple hops to TJ. He has it, throws across, and this game is over.
On the 9th of every now, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, none left. Final score of today's game, Penn State Harrisburg 13.
Generals did get a run the bottom of the 9th on the Lowenberg solo home run. Congrats to him for his first collegiate home run. But the Lions take the rubber match 13-1. They win in commanding fashion. We'll give you the stats and close it out for you when we come back. Back here at Lexington, the rubber match has come to a close right at 3 o'clock. So the game just under 3 hours, about 2 hours, 56 minutes to be exact. The Lions coming out with a 13-1 commanding victory over the Generals. Penn State Harrisburg now improves to 4-3. Washington and Lee falls to 6-7. The Lions scored 5 runs in the first inning, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 3 in the eighth, 1 in the ninth. The Generals' 1 run came on a Zach Lowenberg solo home run, his first collegiate homer, in the bottom of the ninth inning. Mark Artley gets the win, 6 innings, couple hits, 10 strikeouts. On the other end, Mason Shuffler gets the loss. He's 0-2 now on the season. Artley is 2-0 now on the year. Final look on the scoreboard. Lions 13 runs, 14 hits, no errors, 11 left on base. The Generals 1 run, 3 hits, 3 errors, 2 by Crane, 1 by Whiteley, and they left 6 on base. The 3 hits for the Generals, 1 from Munson, 1 from Feely, and then the Lowenberg home run. On the other end for the Lions, as I mentioned, 14 hits, a couple people having multiple RBIs in the game. A lot of pinch hitters as well. A plethora of substitutions there at the end. But looking at the RBI department, Coronius had 3 RBIs. Torres, McSorley, and Williams each had 2. Kennington had 1. Angstad Jr. and Winters also had an RBI. The Generals close out their homestand this upcoming Tuesday against Southern Virginia, a team they beat earlier this season. That game will be at 4 p.m., and we'll be on the coverage for that one. On the other end, Penn State, Harrisburg, they have a game coming up tomorrow against Chapman. They have a game on the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 7th, and the 8th. They have a busy week ahead. They face Chatham in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. As I mentioned, Artley 2-0 on the season. Shuffler now 0-1. That'll do it here from Captain Dick Smith Field. Again, the final score, the Lions 13, the Generals 1. We'll be back on Tuesday. Bonza Tufa here for Washington Lee. Wanted to tell you this broadcast of Generals Athletics has been brought to you in part by the Washington and Lee University Store. Celebrate your favorite Generals team with a JanSport t-shirt or with one of our many sports decals and hats. If you can think of it, we probably have it. The store is open 7 days a week and is owned and operated by WNL. All proceeds go back to the Washington Lee community, helping to fund athletic, alumni, and other programs. Order online anytime at store.wlu.edu, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for exclusive online promotions. Go Generals. So, Bonza Tufa here for Washington Lee and First Team Broadcasting saying so long, everyone. The Lions win 13-1, and we will see you on Tuesday.